Hello everyone. Okay, now let us continue with our supplementary readers lesson number 2, bringing up Kari. In the previous part we had learned about Kari, how he helped the droning boy, and we learned about him, his helping nature. Okay, so in this part we are going to deal with Kari's nature and how he was also a naughty elephant like others. Okay, so we are going to enjoy about his notorious things which he did in his childhood. So Kari was like a baby. He had to be trained to be good, and if you did not tell him when he was naughty, he was up to more mischief than ever. Okay, so Kari was a baby, and how we train or teach babies or small children not to do the mischievous things. If we don't tell them, they will do more and more and more, and it becomes difficult for the elders to teach the grown-up children, because they have got the habit of doing mischievous thing. In the same way, the author had to train Kari in that way so that he should not continue with his mischievous things. So for instance, one day somebody gave him some bananas to eat. Very soon he developed a great love for ripe bananas. We used to keep large plates of fruit on a table near a window in the dining room. One day, all the bananas on that table disappeared, and my family blamed the servants for eating all the fruits in the house. A few days later, the fruit disappeared again. This time the blame was put on me, and I knew I had not done. It made me very angry with my parents and the servants, for I was sure they had taken all the fruits. The next time the fruit disappeared, I found a banana all smashed up in Kari's pavilion. This surprised me very much, for I had never seen fruit there, and as you know, he had always lived on twigs. Okay, so author had to train Kari to not to do mischievous things, naughty things, to steal such things. Okay, so for example, he has shared with us one incident when someone had offered Kari to eat bananas, and from there onwards he developed his love for bananas, to eat bananas. Okay, and what happened one day in the author's house, his parents, they used to keep a plate or bowl of fruits on the dining table, and that dining table was kept near the window. Okay, and one day all of a sudden all the bananas from the fruits, among those fruits, were disappeared, and parents, they thought servants might have taken so they scolded servants. But afterwards again the fruits, the bananas, they disappeared. So the next time the blame was put on the author, and author was very angry because he knew that he had not taken or eaten all those bananas. So after that he found in Kari's pavilion one smashed banana was lying over there, and author was little bit surprised because we know that Kari loved twigs to eat. So he didn't believe that Kari might have eaten, because Kari loved twigs. Okay, so next day while I was sitting in the dining room wondering whether I should take some fruit from the table, without my parents' permission, a long black thing, very much like a snake, suddenly came through the window and disappeared with all the bananas. I was very much frightened because I had never seen snakes eating bananas, and I thought it must be a terrible snake that would sneak in and take fruit. I crept out of the room with great fear in my heart ran out of the house, feeling sure that the snake would come back into the house, eat all the fruit and kill all of us. So what happened one day, the author was thinking to have some fruits, to eat some fruits, but how to eat it without parents' permission, because already 2 scenes had happened because of the stolen bananas. So he was thinking to eat or not, and he was surprised to see a snake-like thing came through the window, came into the through the window, and within a second that thing took all the bananas and went out. The author was very upset. He was very afraid that such kind of a snake, it was different kind of a snake, because snakes, they never eat bananas. So what he did, he tried to follow the snake. He crept out. He slowly he went out of the house and tried to find out where the snake went. As I went out, I saw Kari's back disappearing in the direction of the pavilion, and I was so frightened that I wanted his company to cheer me up. I ran after him him into the pavilion, and I found him there eating bananas. I stood still in astonishment. The bananas were lying strewn all around him. He stretched out his trunk and reached for one far away from where he was standing. That instant, the trunk I'm so sorry. That instant, the trunk looked like a black snake, and I realized that Kari was the thief. I went to him, pulled him out by the ear, and joyously showed my parents that it was Kari and not I that had eaten all the fruits these many weeks. Then I scolded him, for elephants understand words as well as children, and I said to him, "Next time I see you stealing fruits, you will be whipped." He knew that we were all angry with him, even the servants. His pride was so injured that he never stole another thing from the dining room. And from then on, if anybody gave him any fruit, he always squealed as if to thank them. So this was the episode of stealing bananas in Kari's and author's life, where actually Kari was stealing the bananas and not the author and the servants of the house. And where and how did the author found out? Author found out Kari eating the bananas, the stolen bananas by he himself in his pavilion, and all the bananas were strewn, were fallen here and there in a very pitiful condition. The bananas were lying on the ground, and Kari was enjoying those bananas. So what author did? Author pulled Kari by his ear out of the pavilion, and very happily he took him to his parents and told them that it was Kari who was stealing bananas all those weeks. Okay, and further, he didn't stop over there. He also scolded Kari, because Kari should realize his mistake of stealing. He should not steal bananas. If he wanted bananas, he should ask for bananas instead of stealing. How we train or teach children not to steal, the same way animals, they have to also learn these moral values of not behaving or misbehave. Okay, stealing is one of the thing like misbehaving. So author scolded him, and at that moment Kari realized that everyone was angry with him, even the servants were also angry with him, and his pride was so injured. Pride means his swabhiman, his pride, his swabhiman. So his pride was so injured that he never stole another thing from the dining room. And afterwards, whosoever would give him the bananas or any other thing, so he used to squeal. He used to squeal with happiness. He was very happy, and as if he was saying thank you. So an elephant is willing to be punished for having done wrong, but if you punish him without any reason, he will remember it and pay you back in your own coin. So elephants, they are willing to be punished only if they have done anything wrong. Okay, so elephants, they accept the punishment because if they have done the wrong thing. But if they have not done any wrong thing, and then also you are scolding them and punishing them, then the elephant would give you back your same behavior or your same reaction to your action, okay, in your own coin. Okay, an elephant must be taught when to sit down, when to walk, and when to go fast and when to go slow. You teach him these things as you teach a child. If you say that and pull him by the ear, he will gradually learn to sit. Similarly, if you say Mali and pull his trunk forward, he will gradually learn that it is the signal to walk. Okay, so these are the two words you have to speak when you have to teach the elephant to sit and to walk. Okay, Dhat to sit, Mali to walk. Kari learned Mali after 3 lessons, but it took him 3 weeks to learn Dhat. He was no good at sitting down. And do you know why an elephant should be taught to sit down? Because he grows taller and taller than you, who take care of him, so that when he is 2 or 3 years old, you can only reach his back with a ladder. It is therefore better to teach him to sit down by saying that, so that you can climb upon his back. For who would want to carry a ladder around all the time? So it is better to teach elephant that or to sit down, because elephant grows taller and taller, and every time you cannot carry a ladder with you to climb on his back, right? So you have to teach him to sit down by uttering that word dhat and pulling his ear. The most difficult thing to teach an elephant is the master call. He generally takes 5 years to learn it properly. The master call is a strange hissing, howling sound as if a snake and a tiger were fighting each other. And you have to make that kind of noise in his ear. And do you know what you expect an elephant to do when you give him the master call? If you are lost in the jungle and there is no way out and everything is black except the stars above, you dare not stay very long anywhere. The only thing to do then is to give the master call, and at once the elephant pulls down the tree in front of him with his trunk. Okay, the master call is the important thing which an elephant has to learn, and elephant takes about 5 years to learn master call. What is a master call? Master call is a kind of a hissing and howling sound which the master or the keeper has to make this sound in the ears of the elephant. Why? Because this master call has to be learned by elephants to make a way out of the jungle. When at night, when the keeper and an elephant is both are lost in the jungle at night, when they cannot see anything but the stars, then the master has to make a master call, this hissing and howling sound in the elephant's ear. After that, elephants makes a way out of the jungle. How? See, then only the thing to do then is to give the master call, and at once the elephant pulls down the tree in front of him with his trunk. This frightens all the animals away. As the tree comes crashing down, monkeys wake from their sleep and run from branch to branch. You can see them in the moonlight, and you can almost see the stags running in all directions below. You can hear the growl of the tiger in the distance. Even he is frightened. Then the elephant pulls down the next tree and the next and the next. Soon you will find that he has made a road right through the jungle straight to your house. So because of this sound, this master call, elephant he becomes wild, and he pulls down the trees from there. He uproots the trees. Okay, and because of this behavior, all the animals in the jungle, in the forest, they become afraid of the elephant, and none of them dares to come near the elephant and his master. And straight away, elephant just goes on pulling out the tree, one tree and the next and the next and the next, and in a minute, elephant takes you from the jungle straight to your house. So this is why it is important for the elephant to learn master call. So this was the story of Kari, his helping nature, his mischievous things, and how elephants, they learn the way of sitting, how to sit, how to walk, and the master call. So this was the story of Kari, bringing up Kari, which is written by the keeper who had looked after Kari, this baby elephant Kari, in his childhood, Dhan Gopal Mukherjee. So I hope you have understood the second part as well. Please go through this previous video, and the story, the whole story of Kari in the textbook. And please leave your comments in the comment box, and learn the question answers which I will be giving you. Okay. Thank you.